What are disclosure obligations in criminal discovery? Imagine preparing for a big game, but instead of players, it's evidence and information that need to be shared. In criminal cases, both sides have a duty to exchange certain evidence before trial. This process is called discovery. Discovery helps make sure everyone has a fair chance to prepare their case. The prosecution has a lot of responsibilities. They must share all evidence that could help the defendant, including anything that might prove innocence or lessen punishment. This is based on a Supreme Court case called Brady v. Maryland. If there is evidence that could challenge the credibility of government witnesses, the prosecution must share that too. This is from a case called Giglio v. United States. The prosecution also has to give the defense copies of witness statements they made to the government. These are called 3500 material under the Jenks Act. Plus, they need to share reports of scientific tests, documents, objects, and other evidence they plan to use at trial. Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 16 spells out these rules clearly. On the other hand, the defense has some disclosure duties too. They must share certain evidence they plan to use at trial, like expert reports or physical evidence. If they plan to use an alibi or an affirmative defense, they need to notify the court and the prosecution. Understanding these rules helps defense attorneys make sure they get all relevant evidence. They want to see anything that might help their client or challenge the prosecution's case. Sharing evidence on time also prevents surprises during trial. If the defense finds weaknesses, they can prepare better questions or decide on a plea deal. Let's clarify some terms. Exculpatory evidence is proof that might show the defendant did not commit the crime or that their guilt should be lessened. Impeachment evidence is information that can challenge a witness's honesty or reliability. The Jenks Act requires the government to turn over witness statements after those witnesses testify. Federal Rule 16 guides what evidence both sides must share. In essence, disclosure obligations are about fairness. They make sure both sides share important evidence before trial. This way, the case is decided based on facts, not surprises. For criminal defense, knowing what must be shared and when is key to protecting your rights and building a strong case.